And how does whiskey compare to other liquid assets like wine, like fine wine? I would even almost put like art, collectibles, cars. How does it compare pros and cons to some of these other, I guess, fine luxury
Mhm.
asset classes? I don't know if that's the word you would use.
Yeah, I would say, whiskey is a premium to luxury commodity, depending on how long you get to hold it. Realistically, all of these things that you're talking about are interesting and potentially great ways to diversify. I personally used to work in fine art investment, and I can confidently say if you can afford $5 to $10 million paintings, you're probably going to make good money on them. The challenge is, of course, getting to that point where you can do that. Whiskey's got some unique elements to it. Whiskey is one of very few assets in the world that actually gets better with age, right? It improves when you let it sit in a barrel. It's a better product every day, according to people who enjoy whiskey. Art doesn't actually get better. It actually can get worse because it physically degrades. Real estate tends to get worse over time. Jewelry can corrode. There are very few things that actually improve over time, which is one of the reasons why whiskey tends to be one of the most high performing alts out there. An interesting difference between whiskey and wine. Wine does some aging in a barrel, but actually wine also can age in the bottle. The challenge, or one of the main distinctions why a lot of wine people like to get into whiskey as well as investments, is because wine maturation can be a little bit unpredictable, as well as the wine vintage. 1 year of a field's output or a vineyard's output in wine can be totally different from the next due to rain or terroir, the acidity of the soil, the grape yield, or all these things. So 1 year to the next can be very different and unpredictable. Wherein with whiskey, because it's so, distilled and you really get the spirit down to its elements and very carefully managed in how it's created, you get a lot more predictability and consistency year over year. So people lean on it as relatively predictable. But all these things honestly complement each other. For people that get into alternatives, whiskey tends to, again, make sense and be straightforward in the value proposition. But for a lot of people, I think they can complement each other. If you're in one, you probably should be in the other.